Hey YouTube family, how are you guys doing? I hope you're all doing well. Today we got something a little different. We have a Squier series, made in Mexico, Fender Telecaster, mid-90s. Used to have some kind of a Bigsby on it, and it was removed and kind of patched up. Just typical Tele, no string through body holes. This is a top load, 6 saddle barrel style bridge. So yeah, pretty cool. These knobs aren't the original ones that came with it, but they're cool. So yeah, interesting story on this. So a while back, I did a guitar giveaway on my channel. So for the guitar giveaway, you had to do a short video, post it as unlisted on YouTube, and send it to the email address I provided. And I just wanted to get to know you better and wanted to hear a little bit about your guitar journey and your favorite guitar and and how you got into guitar to begin with. So that was the deal. So one of the guys from Ontario, and he reached out to me and said that he and his wife were traveling to Prince Edward Island. He said he had this Telecaster and he was wondering if I would maybe try and spruce it up a little bit. I said, sure, man. I'll have a look at it for you. So I just met them. It was cool to meet him in person, his wife too. And so yeah, they're just touring PEI, and he dropped us off and asked if I could maybe spruce it up for him. So this is a mid-90s model, but interestingly enough, if I go to the Fender serial number search, right, and I type in the serial number, that's on the headstock here, it comes up and it gives me a model number, but the description says Fender Strat Special RW Black. So if I click on the model number, it says no image available, and description is Stratocaster Special 1994 to 1997, rosewood fingerboard, black, model number, okay? And yeah, it's just poplar with ash veneer top, polyester body finish. Polyester? I think the shirt's made with polyester. Yeah, 6 saddle synchronized tremolo bridge. HSS configuration. So I don't know what's going on. Either this is not the correct neck, or that Fender website is totally out to lunch, because this is not Strat Special by any means. I'm not really going to be able to do this guitar justice because, well, I can't really play right on any given day, but today it's going to be tough. I had a little mishap and I busted my finger open on Tuesday. Today is Monday, so almost a week ago. And man, there was like meat hanging out of it. And I had a gig coming up on this past Saturday. Oh, that was a nightmare with this finger. So I didn't want to go to outpatients, get stitches, because then they were going to, injure it more with sticking needles in there, or staples, or whatever it is they would do. So I just kind of, disinfected some really sharp scissors and trimmed out the stuff hanging out of it. I pushed the cut together and I crazy glued it shut and wrapped it, and unwrapped it on Saturday and put a bead of crazy glue on it again and hope for the best. And I got through the gig, but it wasn't great. So anyway, it's pretty tender now because I really worked it, on Saturday, but you got to do what you got to do. But yeah, I'm still kind of in the healing process, but we'll try this. So I just plugged it in. I checked the tuning right quick, and we're going to just turn it on. All right, so you guys hear that? So there's lots of buzzing. Oh. So it's buzzing a lot on the neck, or on the bridge position. It's buzzing a lot. Oh, but if I touch the neck pickup, buzzing goes away. Not the bridge pickup, not the plate. Oh. So there's a grounding issue somewhere. Right? If I touch the jack plate, buzzing stops. Oh, if I touch the control plate, buzzing stops. Screws don't do anything. So it doesn't buzz as loudly on the neck pickup as it does on the bridge pickup, but it's definitely neck pickup, plate, and jack socket related. Tone pot's a little scratchy. Volume knob seems to work okay. Have to see what we figure out. Alright, let me try and play a few chords here. It's hard to bend this finger. I can't do a D chord. I don't use my middle finger, it's pretty good. Well, you know, the action's pretty good. Playability's pretty good. I know I'm not really doing it justice, like I said, but he wants to install a set of these nickel wound Stereo XL 10 to 46 strings. So we'll do that. And he said he had these saddles. So these are brass saddles. The same type of saddles that he's got here, just the brass type. So he asked if I could put those on for him. Put this on the bench and start tearing it down. All right, so this strap button is all loose. So it might just be a matter of tightening this screw, or we'll have to maybe do the old toothpick and wood glue trick to snug it up. Yeah, the screw is totally stripped out. So it just keeps turning and turning. All right, check the bottom one while we're at it. I like doing all this like small stuff. All right, some people, you know, you don't see that a lot. But for me, like for a gigging musician and having the guitar on me all the time, that's one thing that I spend some attention on. I want to make sure that my guitar doesn't end up on the floor when I'm playing it at a gig. Got the strings off. Have a look at those frets. Man, they got wicked grooves in them from the strings, especially the first, second, and third one. Problem is, this guitar has been played, man, and the frets are already flat, and they are not very tall. Do you see that? So if I level these frets to the point of getting these ridges out of them, there'll be nothing left to crown. That's going to be the issue. So this guitar needs a refret, but I don't get into that. I'll recrown these frets, but I won't be able to get these out. These grooves are deep, especially the top ones here. We'll move on. I'm just going to lubricate these tuners and check to make sure that they're all nice and snug. I already finished the first 5 tuners, so all I did was put some synthetic grease inside these gears here. And now I'm just using, you know, this little drill and tuner head attachment. And I'm just working the spleens so that the gear gets nicely lubricated. The guitar was dropped apparently, and some of these tuning heads here got bent. Wipe any excess off the gear. All right. So these tuners are as lubricated as they're going to get. Right, we'll take the neck off. We'll see if the screw holes are threading inside the body before threading into the neck. We're going to find out. Well, they're definitely threaded inside the body. For sure. So we're just going to drill that out. And we'll see if Fender has a tighter neck pocket than any of these budget guitars. And clearly not. Like, right? Look at that. So Fender doesn't do it any better. A lot of people think that if the Fender name brand is on the headstock, right, that it's a better guitar. I've learned that that's not the case. But to everyone their own. What do we have in here? All right. Typical route. Yep, it's a Tex-Mex. So there's nothing there that would cause the hum, like as far as the pickup goes, that I can see anyway. You know all that white stuff that you find in budget guitars? Like all that powdery stuff, you know, when you start taking it apart? They're in Fenders too. And this is a 90s Fender, man, and it's still in there. So, yeah. So maybe, I think what I'll do, scrape this stuff out, and I'll shield the cavities. See if we can, see all that white stuff? That white powder? No? It's just when they do the buffing, I think it's part of the compound that's just not wiped up properly. All right, take out this control plate and just to see if there's anything kind of funky going on. Yeah, okay. Check these ground connections. Let's see here. 1, 2. All right, well, there is no ground wire going to the bridge. Here is the black and white wire from the bridge pickup, and here is the black and white wire from the neck pickup. These solder connections look good. I'm going to put some shielding tape into this cavity and change that open wire here to something that's covered and run a ground wire from the bridge to that volume pot. Okay, just got the settles off. Remove this bridge plate. See what we got going on. Oh, jeepers. Oh, so this used to have an ashtray style bridge in it. Interesting. Yep, because there's four body holes here. So this thing was totally routed. Bring it in. Interesting. Somebody routed a big kind of swimming pool route here for some reason. Maybe for this Bigsby kind of thing that was here before. All right. Keep trucking. So I'm just trying to hide some of the mess. So yeah, there's a lot of holes in here, and I don't know what the deal is with this. Touch up a little bit of these old holes here. A couple of these. Not going to be perfect by any means, but. All right, I'm going to shield up these cavities with shielding paint, run a ground wire to the bridge. All right, so we have a ground wire right here, run, and the wire's right here on top of this piece of shielding foil. And then everything's shielded inside. This should help with that buzz noise. And I was just in the process of putting some super glue in these holes and then add a little bit of reinforcements to them because they're all stripped. Go. While that's drying, we're going to do this top strap button because it's kind of loose. All right, so I'm just in the process of reassembling everything, cleaning some stuff up. Just about ready to do a little bit of soldering in here with the new ground wire. And I'm noticing this bridge plate, when it's tightened at the bottom, it's floating at the top. See that? Right? So it's not making contact with the body properly at the top. So I'm going to drill 2 small holes in the corners here, and we'll fasten this bridge plate down properly. All right, we are super flat to the body now. Those 2 little screws up top, super helpful. Right on. Finishing up the soldering on this control plate. So I'm just going to shoot some deoxit in here because he mentioned that it was kind of staticky. I'll just do the volume pot as there we go. We'll work that in here. All right, got to put this all in there nicely, and got to go check the frets on this neck. Gonna try and give this body a polish. It's got some battle scars for sure, but all right. That's as clean as we're gonna get her. Not bad. But yeah, it's got some battle scars for sure. So my phone battery totally died on me. So when I left you, we were gonna do the neck. So I leveled a few frets. You know, I crowned them all, polished them up, but I couldn't level the complete fretboard because these grooves, which I was able to get most of them out with some crowning, but you can still see a few of them. And you know what? If I were to file these frets down so that those grooves were gone, there'd be no frets left. So this is going to need a refret if you want to do a perfect fret job. But anyway, so shielded cavities, ground wire to the bridge, added these 2 screws because the bridge wasn't sitting flat on the body. Plugged all these holes because they were all stripped. Added some new screws, a little shinier. Did the toothpick thing with this strap button. It was stripped quite a bit in there. The neck on these guitars is pretty loose fitting, so there's a gap on both sides when you look at it. So I may have to line this neck up after the strings are on. And we got the new saddles on. All right, it is finished. Well, as finished as it's going to be anyway. So got the new saddles. They intonated great. String alignment's good. Frets turned out okay, you know, for what we had to work with. Sanded the back of the neck down. Went with 400, 600, 800, and then up to 2000. So there's still gloss on it, but it's smooth. No noise anymore. So we're all good. Everything's grounded. This tone knob doesn't really do anything. The scratchiness is gone, but very minor effect on this tone knob. Switch works great. Volume works great. Here's the neck pickup. Again, my hand is a little messed up. bridge pickup. A little bit of drive. Drive on the neck. Middle position. Again. Well, there you have it. Plays well. Action's nice and low. As low as you can get on a 9.5 radius. These saddles are okay. The problem with these saddles is the string sits on one side of the saddle, not directly in the middle, so there's uneven pressure on these action adjustment screws. 1994 Squier series Fender Telecaster, made in Mexico. Well, that's it for me, guys. Take care, God bless, and we'll see you next time. Keep rocking your 6 string.